Welcome to the car rant. Another crazy week. Let's get into it. So they kicked Liz Cheney out of her leadership position in the Republican Congress. Number 3 is no more, replaced by Elise Stefanik. And that should surprise nobody, because Elise fits their brand. Harvard educated, knows better, but went all in on Trumpism, because it's a cheap and easy way to obtain power. They're no longer a political party. They're a cult of personality. They're genuflecting to one man, a corrupt 74-year-old drug addict who wears Depends, but commands an army of the ignorant. You know, the same type of people that were filling up trash bags with gasoline this week are the same type of people that show up at MAGA rallies, that are supporting the insanity of the big lie, which has now become a concert tour for these folks, right? The GOP's all in on that. You know, they circled the wagons. They're protecting Matt Gaetz in that move as much as anything. Why? Because he's the same type of effective politician for them. He's a troll. They didn't censure him. They didn't kick him out of Congress. They didn't strip him from the Judiciary Committee, right? They went silent. The only thing they're not silent about is supporting Trump. Everything else, they don't comment on. Mitch McConnell has no backbone. You know, he has a shell, right? Like, they're cowards, and they've been bullied by Trump, and they enjoyed it. You know, they're sort of like a party of sadists at this point, and they trip over each other to see who can be more racist. You know, this week was a cavalcade of ignorance. You know, Representative Paul Gosar, you know, these other guys I'd never even heard of before that are coming out of the woodwork, you know, that said the January 6th attacks were just normal tourists. I used to work on Capitol Hill. I was a bike messenger there in the late 80s, early 90s. I saw tours every day. I never saw somebody walk into the speaker's office and put their feet up on the desk, let alone attack Capitol police officers. You know, they weren't tourists. They were a mob of insurrectionists bent on destroying democracy, and that has now become the governing philosophy of the GOP.